You're watching Sleep Culture. Chapter 6. Double Dreams. Have you ever experienced a dream so vivid that when you woke in the morning, it felt as though the details were still clinging to the edges of your mind? Soupy, surreal, and impossible to shake. And perhaps more unsettling, do you ever sense that waking life is equally dreamlike? That perhaps this too is part of some larger pattern you haven't yet recognized? This notion lies at the heart of the double dream theory, proposed by Maurice Nicoll, a 20th century psychologist and philosopher who studied under both Carl Jung and G.I. Gurdjieff. Nicoll sought to understand how consciousness navigates between dream and waking life, ultimately concluding that both states are more interconnected than we might realize. Nicoll's theory suggests that reality operates on multiple layers of dreams, with our waking life merely one part of a greater, symbolic dream structure. Events in both dreams and waking life are connected through hidden patterns, metaphors, and archetypes, waiting to be decoded. In this view, what we call reality might be no more stable or objective than the fragmented, strange narratives we encounter in our sleep. Consider a day when coincidence seems to follow you at every turn. You're running late and think of someone you haven't seen in years, only to encounter them moments later. Or you notice the same image, a red bird, appearing repeatedly throughout your day in unexpected places. You dismiss these events as random, but Nicoll would suggest they are as meaningful as dream symbols, nudging you toward a deeper awareness. The challenge of the double dream theory is learning how to perceive both layers simultaneously, to awaken within the dream of waking life while remaining grounded in its flow. It is akin to lucid dreaming, where you become aware that you're dreaming without losing the dream's narrative coherence. Nicoll's ideas echo ancient traditions and modern research alike. Neuroscientists have found that during REM sleep, brain activity closely resembles waking states. Emotional and imaginative centers of the brain become highly active, while the prefrontal cortex, responsible for logic, quietens, allowing dreams to unfold in symbolic and often surreal narratives. In Tibetan Buddhism, practitioners of dream yoga aim to remain conscious during sleep to explore dream states as a pathway to enlightenment. Similarly, in ancient Greek thought, dreams were believed to carry messages from the gods, offering guidance or warnings to those who knew how to interpret them. Cultures around the world have long viewed dreams as portals to hidden knowledge, a belief that modern dream research seeks to explain through simulations of emotional learning. In the modern day, people keep dream journals to help zero in on these patterns. There are entire industries dedicated to decoding the potential of our dream lives. Nicoll believed that by recognizing these symbolic repetitions, you could move toward a higher state of consciousness. The act of dreaming, whether during sleep or through the patterns of daily life, might serve as a rehearsal for emotional and existential challenges. The waking dream and the sleeping dream are not separate worlds, but reflections of the same inner reality. Both are governed by what Jung called archetypes, universal patterns and images embedded in the collective unconscious. You might begin to experience what some call synchronicity, the alignment of external events with internal states of mind. These synchronicities can feel like messages, as if reality itself is speaking to you in metaphor. Jung described them as meaningful coincidences that reveal hidden connections between the psyche and the world around it. Suppose you begin to notice recurring themes in your life, the same arguments playing out in different relationships, the same failures echoing across different jobs. You start keeping a journal, noting down both your dreams and key events from each day. Patterns emerge. The fight you had with your friend mirrors a dream, in which you were trapped in a labyrinth. An unexpected opportunity arrives the morning after you dream of unlocking a door. At first, you dismiss the connections as coincidence, but as they accumulate, you begin to wonder, are these moments random, or is there a deeper script at play, one you've only just begun to decipher? But this heightened awareness can also lead to disorientation. What if everything is symbolic? How do you distinguish between meaningful signs and the noise of random chance? Some who explore these ideas report feeling trapped between two realities: the practical, surface-level world of cause and effect, and the deeper, dreamlike world of symbols and synchronicities. In literature, this tension between worlds is often explored through the lens of the fantastic. Writers like Franz Kafka and Haruki Murakami blur the boundaries between waking and dreaming, creating narratives where the impossible becomes mundane. In Kafka's The Trial, for instance, the protagonist is caught in an absurd legal system whose rules are impenetrable, much like the shifting logic of a nightmare. Nicoll might suggest that such stories resonate because they mirror the structure of our own lives. We are, in a sense, always negotiating the border between two realities, the waking and the dream. Each informs the other, though we rarely pause long enough to notice. Pretend you're walking through your neighborhood one evening when you see a figure standing at the edge of the street, a person whose face is both familiar and strange. As you approach, they vanish. The encounter feels like déjà vu, as though you've met this person before. That night, you dream of them again, but this time they speak. Follow the signs, they say, before leading you down a path lined with mirrors. The next day, you receive an unexpected invitation to visit a place you've never been, but you decline, haunted by the dream. Later, you learn that attending would have introduced you to someone who could have profoundly altered your life path. Was this a missed opportunity, or simply a random sequence of events? The dream, the encounter, and the choice all feel imbued with significance. For Nicoll, these experiences are not accidents. They represent opportunities to perceive the symbolic structure of reality and to awaken within the dream of life. They are invitations to wake up within the dream of life, to see the layers of meaning that surround you. He believed that through self-observation and inner work, you could cultivate an ongoing dialogue between your conscious mind and the symbolic world. However, this path is not without risk. Hyper-awareness of symbolic meaning can lead to paranoia or delusion, where everything feels like an omen. Balancing intuition and reason becomes essential. The goal is not to lose oneself in a maze of symbols, but to use those symbols as guideposts toward greater understanding. Modern science may never fully validate Nicoll's theory, but researchers like neurologist Oliver Sacks have documented how perception can blur the boundaries between waking and dream states. Sacks's patients reported vivid hallucinations and déjà vu that challenged their sense of reality, suggesting that dreams and waking consciousness might share more than we assume. On a biological level, when we dream, our brains enter the rapid eye movement stage of sleep. During this phase, brain activity resembles waking states, with increased blood flow to regions associated with memory, emotion, and imagination. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational thought, becomes less active, allowing surreal narratives to unfold unrestrained by logic. Some researchers believe that dreams function as emotional simulations, helping us rehearse responses to complex situations or unresolved fears. In rare cases, individuals have demonstrated exceptional control over their dream states. Keith Hearn, a British psychologist, was one of the first to document lucid dreaming in a laboratory setting. Subjects reported becoming aware they were dreaming and could manipulate dream events consciously. Others, like Robert Monroe, an explorer of altered states of consciousness, describe dreams and out-of-body experiences as journeys through intricate, recurring dreamscapes. Monroe's accounts of traversing vast internal worlds influenced generations of researchers into lucid dreaming and consciousness. These real-life cases suggest that the dream world can become as intricate and coherent as waking life when explored deliberately. Neuroscientists studying dreams have found that brain activity during REM sleep closely resembles waking thought. Some researchers speculate that dreams may serve as simulations, helping us process emotions and rehearse for real-world challenges. This raises an intriguing possibility. What if our waking life is itself a kind of simulation, not in the technological sense, but as a construct shaped by our perceptions, biases, and subconscious patterns? Perhaps we are all, to some extent, dreamers navigating a shared narrative, each interpreting reality through the lens of our own inner world. The Chinese philosopher Jung famously posed this dilemma in his butterfly dream. After dreaming he was a butterfly, he awoke and wondered, am I a man dreaming I am a butterfly, or a butterfly dreaming I am a man? This ancient question encapsulates the tension between illusion and reality, suggesting that perhaps both perspectives are equally valid. For those with sensory impairments, dreaming offers unique insights into the mind's creative potential. Studies have shown that individuals who are blind from birth experience dreams rich in sounds, touch, and emotional intensity, with fewer visual elements than sighted individuals. Dreams for the blind often rely on spatial and tactile narratives, demonstrating how the brain adapts its sensory language to construct vivid dreamscapes. In one documented case, a blind woman described dreams in which she could feel entire landscapes, mountains, rivers, and city streets, through heightened sensations of texture and sound. These experiences suggest that dreams serve as a form of experiential simulation, regardless of one's sensory limitations, further emphasizing the mind's ability to create symbolic and coherent internal worlds. In the field of psychology, theories of consciousness suggest that dreams and waking life may serve interconnected purposes. Some researchers posit that dreams are simulations, offering rehearsal for emotional or survival challenges. What if waking life similarly functions as a symbolic rehearsal, a dream from which we are meant to awaken? Other thinkers like Tsvetan Todorov propose that literature's power lies in this very ambiguity. Stories of the fantastic, where reality is unstable, mirror the deeper uncertainty we experience in life. Could it be that we, like them, are participants in an ever-shifting dream? The double dream theory invites us to consider that perhaps there is no final waking. Rather, each layer of consciousness reveals another hidden beneath it, a continuum of perception and reality, endlessly entwined. Perhaps waking life whispers through synchronicities and recurring patterns, offering fleeting moments of lucidity, as if reality bends just enough to reveal its dreamlike underpinnings. Zhuangzhou's butterfly, Sax's dreamlike distortions, and the recurring symbols of both literature and daily life remind us that perhaps the dream never truly ends. It merely shifts forms, inviting us to keep looking, questioning, and interpreting. In the end, the double dream theory invites us to embrace uncertainty. It asks us to look beyond the surface of events and into the symbolic currents that shape our lives. Whether you view these currents as psychological phenomena or glimpses of a deeper cosmic order, they offer a reminder that reality is more layered and mysterious than it appears. And if you are so lucky as to be offered the gift of dreaming, whether in the deepest reaches of your subconscious or amidst the moments of your waking days, embrace it fully. For in both dreams and reality, There may lie hidden keys to truths we have yet to understand.